Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this very auspicious evening, December 21st, 2020. Welcome to the home of welcome to the house of peace, love, joy, and community, Spirit, Heart Eugene. Although you can't see it, you folks on the other side through the camera, we have a room of just the sweetest, most giving, generous souls on earth amongst the others. And I'm so grateful for these presenters and musicians tonight who are doing this strictly voluntarily, and to all the people who have made Spirit Heart Eugene come to life. It's been for me, it's been a year-long journey of looking at this space and being guided to just go for it. And with the help of my spirit guides who actually whispered in my ear, who encouraged me to take on this task, and to my friends and family and all the people who have been a part of this. There's been so many people who have contributed, and with so much love. And there's people who work, and they just work for a living. But the people who have helped have worked from their heart. And with that, I'd like to open this in prayer. Prayer and meditation is the way that we always start our day. Those of us who, just shovel the gravel and learn how to plaster and paint and put up walls and all kinds of things we never thought we could do. And we started prayer meditation because one time early on when I said, okay, I'm going to take on this role of general contractor with this project, I was scared. And then live in a trailer in the back. I'd never lived in a trailer before. And I'm like, how do you do this? How do you do this sewer thing and all this? And I was scared. And then people stealing our trash cans. I was scared. But it was this knowingness that this was important to do. And I'm going to just give it my all. I don't care what it takes. If I'm working 7 days a week, I don't care, because I know that this is going to make a difference in this community. And at this time, it's needed more than ever. People need a place that feels safe, that has love, that is rooted in the community, and where they can come here and get in touch with that higher power, feel the divinity within themselves, and actually not have to come here physically, because some of you are in Malaysia, Hawaii, the East Coast, Hi Gene over there in Hot Springs, Los Angeles, in many different places. And you don't have to physically be here, but energetically, in the soul, in the spirit, you are here. And that's what we're all about, to really embrace the fact that we are eternal spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're here to love, to share, to fail, and from our failures and from our struggles and from our suffering, say, hey, there is another way. And this way, I've seen it in my dream, this wave of peace rising up. And I've seen the energies of all these souls saying, yes, I'm going to be a part of this. And some of these people are here tonight. I didn't have to do very much to make this night happen, because I just put out the intention 3 weeks ago. Hey, I got the message. We're going to do something Winter Solstice. We need to do something. I know it's going to happen. I just don't know how. I don't know how we're going to live stream. We got to have a web page, a Facebook page. We got to have people to present all this, but it all just came together. And I knew it would, although I'm telling my brother in Malaysia, hey, Bruce, I hope we really can do this. I hope it's really going to work. In any case, we're going to start with prayer, centering ourselves, for prayer and meditations are some of the tools we need as humanity to move forward into this new era. And none of this is scripted in terms of the prayer. It never is. We're going to just come from the heart. So just for a moment, if everyone can join us, centering yourself, maybe even establishing a grounding cord simply by feeling your feet on the ground, hugging Mother Earth, and if you like, imagining some kind of grounding cord from the base of your spine going all the way down to the center of the earth. And just breathing, releasing, relaxing. Take a moment to start to let go of your fears, anxieties, issues, and just know right now, right here, we are being supported in an energy field so peaceful, so powerful, and so nurturing. And in this state of calm and peace, we open ourselves to a prayer, sinking into our heart, connecting with that center of the head space, and connecting with the top of our crown, connecting with the one power, the one source, the love intelligence governing the universe, otherwise known as God. And in this connection, giving our thanks that we are here on this most auspicious day, allowing the magic to happen. I pass this prayer on to my good friend and contributor for the last 9 months to Spirit Heart Eugene, Teresa.
Dear Father, Mother God, thank you for being with this group of people joined together in these walls, and the ones who've helped make these walls, and people watching beyond. There's been abundant love, and I want fear to be turned into love, and trauma turned into healing, to be continued from the groups and the love that is created here between the people who come and join with different talents. May joy and peace be with us no matter what storms come our way. I thank you for the experience of being a co-creator with Jasmine. And I thank you for this space and this world and my friends and all the love that's here. Amen.
It was summer solstice this past year where I met a woman who was buying a church and she needed help. to put things together. It's like, that's a possibility. So we exchanged phone numbers, information, and I started a week or two later, and I've kind of been here ever since. Measure, cut, sand, finish, install, assemble, all the things. Working with the 4 elements and 2 minor elements that I like to do, wood and metal, taking the thousands of pieces and putting it all together to make this space. It's like a working meditation for me. Measure, cut, sand, finish, install. Do it day after day. And then in some evenings, we bring our instruments of metal and wood and play music and dance and sing and create that inner joy that this space is here for us to use. And so for all you people out there, this space, this time of the year, the place that we're in, to bring these spiritual creativity together and to share all in oneness. Peace.
Peace. Thank you. And now for the reading of our mission statement. Our mission. Oh, actually, in the dream I mentioned of the wave, there was a song playing in the background, and it went like this. This is a house of peace, of love, joy, and community. This is a house of peace, of love, joy, and community. This is a house of peace, of love, joy, and community. Propelled by a vision of a more peaceful, harmonious, and heart-centered global village, we are rising up out of the turbulence, breaking the barriers of separation. We respect all spiritual paths and traditions, seeking and moving towards the light. Contemplating the truth, we celebrate our divinity as unique emanations of the love intelligence governing the universe, otherwise known as God. Conceived during the 2020 flames of wildfires, COVID-19, Black Lives Matter, contentious elections, and a blanket of fear, we are committed to building a sanctuary of contemplation, prayer, healing, and peace. And so now, in line with that mission statement, we have wonderful Brian Sorrell to bring us a song he wrote himself entitled Sitting in the Dark. In this song, he sings a prayer. Help us conquer fear. Feel the love spring forth. Open our hearts to the brothers and the sisters. Together we begin to heal the earth.
Sitting in the dark. Wait a minute. sitting in the dark next to the fire, lost in the deep of night. Flames reaching up, hands of the sky like dancers to the light. Mysteries are there, living in the stars beyond what eyes can see. Secrets be told, showing the way so we can all live free. Listen to the sound of drums, feel their presence near. Please, oh please come down, help us to conquer fear. Listen to the sound of feet, hear the beat of hearts. Feel the love springing forth, power to heal the earth. Open our hearts to the brothers and the sisters and those who have gone before. Together we begin to heal the earth and build the promised land. In the darkest hour, spirits call out for all humanity. You are me, and I am you. Set me free, and you are too. Listen to the sound of drums, feel their presence near. Please, oh please come down, help us to conquer fear. Listen to the sound of feet, hear the beat of hearts. Feel the love springing forth, power to heal the earth. Open our hearts to the brothers and the sisters and those who have gone before. Together we begin to heal the earth and build a promised land. In the darkest hour, the spirits call out for all humanity. You are me, and I am you. Set me free, and you are too. You are me, and I am you. Heal me, and you are too. You are me, and I am you. Set me free, and you are too.
Okay, so opening our hearts to our brothers and our sisters. You know, a lot of people are afraid to open their hearts because they're afraid to feel the pain. There are a lot of things to be sad about right now. One of the things that breaks my heart is the people who have no homes. I'm so grateful to have a home here at Spirit Heart Eugene and a trailer in the back. On the bike path, we're right off the bike path. I had the good fortune of meeting Eric and Faye, co-founders of Community Supported Shelters. There's a lot of good people doing great things in the world, a lot of people doing their best to help in every way, including for the homeless. And so tonight, in standing in for Todd Schneider, the new co-director of Community Supported Shelters, Adam here is going to read a portion of the letter he sent me explaining the situation here in Eugene with the homeless. And he'll say a little bit about Community Supported Shelters, followed by Linda, who will say how we can help. And there's many other ways to help than what we're going to share tonight. This is just one way, and it just happened that Spirit brought Eric and Faye to this doorstep, and they were so generous. Eric right away, when he didn't even know really what this was going to become, he volunteered to do the logo. And he did the first rendition of our logo, from which we carried on. So thank you.
This year, almost 9,000 individuals have sought help with some aspect of homelessness here in Lane County in 2020. Over 4,000 of these individuals were disabled. About 1 out of 3 were chronically homeless, and 648 were veterans. Some were homeless as a result of mental health problems such as post-traumatic stress, especially common among vets and domestic violence survivors, or a result of physical health problems. For instance, one woman became homeless while recovering from cancer treatment. Others became homeless due to financial disasters, a factor now worsening due to COVID-19. And then there were the fire-related homelessness cases that we had just east of us. But the closer you look, the more complicated their stories can become. A nurse went home to tend to her dying parents, ran out of money by the time they passed, and ended up on the streets, handicapped by medical conditions that interfered with her ability to find work. A vet with anger issues served time when they found the word search program was fruitless for him. He couldn't find any job anywhere to try to get himself out of poverty. A man with severe Asperger's syndromes lacked the communication skills to sort out his life challenges. All 3 of these individuals ended up in Conestoga huts provided by community-supported shelters. Community-supported shelters is a nonprofit organization that focuses on adults who are ready to come off the streets and out of the forests and rebuild their lives. The Conestoga huts they build serve as transitional housing. Currently, they have 3 active camps, sheltering about 73 homeless adults at this time. Soon they try to have 5 more camps with at least another 75 huts spread throughout the Eugene area, doubling their capacity. It's a huge step forward, but the demand will continue to far exceed the supply. Matter of fact, every week they're receiving 16 new requests for shelter, triple the demand they saw just a year ago, contributing to a very long waiting list. And now Linda will have some information for you. Linda?
So, how can you help? They need volunteers. They need things that you can donate. They need money. And how do you get a hold of them? Well, they have a site here. It's www.communitysupportedshelters.com. And if you're part of an organization that has some land that can do some huts or some mini camp on your property, that would be awesome too. So another special way that we can support them is through prayers and through our intention and through our beingness. And as I was sitting, I was thinking, we're kind of doing things the opposite way. Maybe instead of feeling sorry for them or feeling ashamed that they're homeless, maybe we should thank them for being homeless because they are so courageous. It takes courage to be out there on the streets. It takes courage to not know where your bed's going to be the next day, to have to deal with strangers in all sorts of ways. And I say, maybe what we need to do is to thank them. And in the process of thanking them, perhaps the energies will support them in finding their homes naturally. Because we're not here to fix things, but we're here to love and support each other. And maybe I'm wrong, but I do believe in the power of prayer. So let's just put our hands on our hearts and close our eyes in any way that you want to choose to visualize ending homelessness, ending fear, ending all this chaos that's been going on this year. We say, thank you, Divine Spirit, for guiding us, for supplying everything we need when we need it. And thank you for helping us be open and receptive to the flow of the abundance that's truly available for all of us, not just a select few. And thank you for the truth, and thank you for helping us see the divinity in each other so that we do live in peace and harmony and abundance with well-being and joy. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Can I make a donation?
Oh!
Make a donation, please.
This is Alan.
I went to the bank this morning, and I got to tell you that when I looked at a person who came into my store, a grown man crying, he didn't have a place to sleep. He just wanted a rest. And I looked at his eyes crying, and 10 minutes later, I realized this was a friend of mine. Homelessness can happen to anybody. And I wanted to do something, and it's time to do something. The government's not going to do things. It's up to the community. So I came up with this little basket of donating $777. We need to help. We need right now. And the saddest thing is we have young children that have no place to go. We need to stop this. Whether you have COVID or whatever reason, we need to love the community. So this is my donation for you.
Thank
And
you,
let's
Alan.
build more of those huts.
We'll make sure it gets to the right place.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Right place. Wow.
Wow, this is really generosity in action. Alan just told me this morning he was going to do this. This was not planned. Thank you. We will make sure this goes to community-supported shelters. And once again, there's other organizations out there helping the homeless. See what's right for you. And if none of that is right for you, how about just a prayer?
Refuses no river. Look into your eyes. What do I see? Your love is like an ocean for the eternity. ocean, the ocean refuses no river. Look into your eyes, what do I see? Your love is like an ocean for the eternity. Thank you.
I love water. I don't know very much about astrology, but I am a fire sign, and someone who's into feng shui said I'm actually double fire. I was just thinking about water and how the rivers, there's so many rivers that coalesce and join into the ocean. And growing up in a Shinto religion, I feel so grateful for the perspective that was shared to me when I was very young. And by the way, I say hello to my grandmother. She decided to become a reverend, and at age 70 went to Japan for a year or two and trained and came back as one of the first female reverends for Konko Church, although she never had a speaking role that I can remember. So, things have changed. But anyways, the idea that I grew up with was that there's many paths to the top of the mountain. And that, I think, is probably why I'm now stepping into the role of Reverend of interdenominational church. It's the idea that there's so many paths, just like there's so many colors in the rainbow, there's so many flowers, there's so many trees. And you can't say one is better than the other, you can't say one is more beautiful. And these journeys that we live, so rich, so varied, just to be appreciated and shared and learned from. Now, where was I going with this? This is to introduce. Is it Mark McNutt is next? Yeah. So, all this to say that here at Spirit Heart Eugene, one thing I envision is that we're very open to very different philosophical beliefs, very different perspectives, and something that's kind of new to me, astrology. I'm very curious to see what Mark McNutt has to say about this winter solstice and this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in context of the birthing of an age for a new humanity. So with that, Mark.
Okay, well, thank you everybody who is here and everybody everybody who might be listening and everybody who can feel what's going on. Happy solstice to you all. And every year I would be greeting you that way, but this year it's really special because we have that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. It's not like Jupiter and Saturn don't ever conjunct. They do every 20 years, but they're really close together. And tonight is the best night to see it. Of course, I always hear that question all the time, can you see it? There's an eclipse, can you see it? I live in Western Oregon, and it's winter time. Do you hear the laughter here? Yeah, so anyway, but you can feel it. You can feel it in your being. So let's start with the solstice. The solstice happens every year, and it's the gaining of light. It's the beginning of, actually the astrological calendar actually is a seasonal calendar. So we're at the darkest light point, and then light emerges. So it can be the Christ light, it can be the festival of light. As a Jewish person, it can be all kinds of things. But here in the Northern Hemisphere, there's the hope of the rebirth of the light. And I live off-grid on solar energy, so I really appreciate the light coming back. Now, about Jupiter and Saturn. So Jupiter and Saturn conjunct every 20 years. Conjunct means same place, and it's visible in the sky right now. But this has been part of a triple conjunction all year long, starting last January. Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto have been braiding together. They've gone through retrogrades, they've come out of retrogrades, all this other stuff. And years ago, I was looking, okay, when does Jupiter and Saturn, catch up to each other? Saturn and Pluto caught up this winter in January. Boom, we got the virus. And then, by the way, that solar eclipse was most seen in China, because there's a solar eclipse every 6 months. We just had one a week ago, and the whole world has changed in that week. So what's gone on is that Jupiter and Saturn have moved into Aquarius together. They're right at the beginning of Aquarius. A lot of people are, seeing that as a portent of the new age. It doesn't matter. It's a portent. It's really important. The last time that this happened was in the 1600s, that they were that close together and making a singular star. Kepler believed that the triple conjunction Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars that happened in 7 BC was the indicator of the birth of Jesus Christ. And so, that definitely happened. There was a major one in 1347 that brought on the Renaissance after the Black Plague. And there's one going on right now. So I would like you to all, just briefly, Jupiter, expansion, growth, broadening horizons, reaching out. Saturn, grounding, focus. And these two are coming together in the sign of Aquarius, which is people, ideas, a new paradigm, a new path. So this is, I want us all to be thinking about dreaming something new at this time. So I would like you all to take a moment and picture that you have a cup in your hands. Okay, and then there's coming from, the galactic center, there's a shining light that's shining through, and it goes through our galaxy, and it goes through our solar system, and then it goes into first Saturn, then Jupiter, lined up with the Earth, and they align. And so this is a new beginnings time. So take that light, visualize for a moment that light, and fill your cup with it. Breathe that into your cup. Now drink it. And dream what you're going to in the coming year, because it's going to be very powerful. Okay.
Wow, and here following right after is Rabbi Jonathan. He is going to do a special, I think he called it a astro magical chant at one time, also on the theme of the Great Conjunction. And by the way, He's vice president of the Eugene Interfaith Organization, EPSI, which is one of the things that attracted me to Eugene in the first place 3 years ago. I went to their service, and I think it was after their service in an open heart meditation that I just said, hey, yeah, this is the place I need to move. So without further ado.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here and to honor this amazing confluence of energy at the solstice and the conjunction, and to see the centrifugal force that has caused this amazing new church, spiritual center, to come into being, thanks to you, our star, and the one who channeled these energies and brought these people together. So thank you, Jasmine, from the bottom of my heart and all of us. Thank you. Thank your grandmother and your ancestors, too. We honor your ancestors here that came to you to bring us together. So I want to recognize my ancestors, too, my Hebraic tradition, which I'll chant for you. Thank you, Michael. Our program today is exactly where I wanted to go, which is to chant for you the Saturn, Jupiter, Earth chant. That would be a ruchaniyut, would bring down the energies for growth and moving forward into the Aquarian age. As Michael said, we're at the cusp, right, Michael? I'm Mark, yes. Mark McNutt has, thank you, moving us into the Aquarian age. We're at the cusp, just a couple hundred years into the future, but we're feeling it. So this chant is for that, bringing Jupiter and Saturn and Earth together in this confluence of energies, what we call ruchaniyut, or spirituality, drawing down at this moment that we create this new center together. How auspicious. Shabbatai Sedek. Shabbatai Tzedek. Shabbatai Tzedek. V'tevel. V'yosh. V'eva. Shabbatai Tzedek. Tevel. V'yosh. V'eva. Saturn. Jupiter. The earth. And all that live here, Saturn, Jupiter, the earth, and all that live here, Shabbatai Tzedek, the earth, and all who live here, Shabbatai Tzedek, Tevel Yoshveva. Let us all bring divine holy energy into our work, for the homeless, for the hungry, for those that search for spiritual meaning, to bring community in this time of COVID. Let us all bring down the good energy to manifest that here and now and forever as we move into the Aquarian age. Thank you. Peace.
Oh, so much inspiration tonight. The next person who's going to bring us inspiration is Michael Leslie, and he represents to me part of the younger generation that fills me with so much hope. And Michael Leslie is just this darling, loving, open-hearted, talented. Can I call you a Rastafarian? Little bit of everything, little bit of everything. Anyways, here to talk about or to sing about the end of time, of illusion, of separation, Michael Leslie, come on up.
Hello.
Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you so much, Jasmine, for bringing us together. Thank you, everyone, for joining us out there in the world. And yeah, this song that I'm going to share, it's called End of Time. you know, and it's like we're in this time where cycles are closing and new cycles are beginning, and, you know, illusions is ending and clarity is coming forwards, you know. A big thing about 2020 was, you know, it was all about 2020 vision and clarity, you know, and we got a lot of that this year, you know. Some people maybe wasn't too stoked to see what's been happening, but it's here. And now I'd like to declare 2021, it's not just 2020, 2021. You know, what it is it's 2021. So it's like the clarity of the oneness, you know. So it's like 2020 vision of the oneness that connects us all, 2021. So this is called End of Time. Spirit align, manifest the divine in the beginning of the end of time. Open your heart, free up your mind, higher self spirit align, manifest the divine. Spiritual revelation, angels in congregation, transcendent meditation. We are moving towards a brighter day. All the Jaja's children shall laugh and play. Have no fear for no wicked man. Just focus on your love and do the best you can. Because this world is being rolled up like a scroll. Deception from Babylon has taken its toll. Fret not, the Most High still in full control. I'll meet you inside, there's nowhere else to go. The beginning of the end of time. Open your heart, free up your mind, higher self spirit align, manifest the divine in the beginning of the end of time. Open your heart, free up your mind, higher self spirit align, manifest the divine. The light that you shine down on me, tranquility, your celestial symphony yields royal nobility. Open your mind, open your heart, and let your light shine in the darkest of dark. Yes, have no fear, unity is right here, the Most High is near. So keep on blazing on your path, Lord. Never give up, never give in, and keep rooted in a truth and love. This path, God, is for all, for one, one for all. Wicked man fall. Boom. The beginning of the end of time. Frequencies climb, up the place now. I often ask myself, you know, what would happen if they unplugged the matrix, you know? Like, if the illusion, everything just ended right now. Something to ponder. Mercy, compassion, and kindness. End of time is just the beginning of time. You know.
Oh, I love Notini. Huh? No, I'm kidding. I have a sense of humor. Here we go next with, well, actually, it's going to be like a winding kind of river. I don't want to ruin it by saying too much about it, but being that this is a non-denominational interfaith church, I will tell you that first we're going to have Alan Stein, the generous contributor to community-supported shelter, to play his drum to the heartbeat from a Native American tradition type say, yeah? Followed by Samantha and Shanti, who are going to be invoking the divine feminine coming from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, liberation from suffering. And then followed by Deva, who's going to do a universal visioning meditation for us, which will give us all a chance to turn inwardly. And one of the things about Spirit Heart Eugene is honoring each individual's path and the importance of finding your own truth, nobody else's, because, you know, we're each such unique individuals. And then just to give you a chance after this visioning meditation to sink into it a little deeper if you want, Geraldine and I are going to play a little bit of sound healing instruments and a peace chant. So that's the next segment, and let's go forward.
Wow, here we are, the solstice. So much gratitude, Jasmine, and everybody who's participating. We talk about the seasons, the ceremonial cycle, you know, all these things that are going on. And to me, there's a beginning and an end, and the solstice is, for me, the most important time of the year. And I also share that with the native people, the solstice, especially the Hopi. And the solstice is called the Soyal. And to me, it's such a deep time. It's a time where we naturally go in. And when we go in, we really find out who we are. And when we find out who we are, we could plan and be for the future. So it's this time of darkness that's amazing. So I want to honor our ancestors, the native indigenous people who've been here for a long time. Why? Because they were in balance with the ceremonial cycles. And when we talk about the ceremonial cycles, it's something that is a human participation. Mother Earth is, the sun rises, the sun sets. the changes, the equinoxes, all these things happen, but we are part of the earth. So this time is for us to get quiet and to go inward and feel the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And the drum beat it's a mandate to breathe. So I give you an opportunity to just sink in. Right now, we are right at that time where we're the closest to our souls, our life, our purpose, this darkness, Mother Earth's darkness. So we're going to honor both of that. And first, we'll honor the heartbeat. So if you want, I invite you to close your eyes. This is the solstice time. Blend with the quietude of nature. Go deep and just be. True, there are many cycles constantly changing. But one thing that never changes is your present moment. Listen to your heartbeat. Wherever you are, God bless, you're alive. I invite you to put your hands, if you wish, on your heart. Everyone who is in participation, we all share that heartbeat. Like we said, Brother Michael said, 21 is one. We all share that same heartbeat. The Buddhists say, your life is the most precious thing. Give gratitude for your life right now. Let's take some more deep breaths. It's the deepest time of the year. All indigenous people danced around the drum beat, known as the heartbeat of Mother Earth. She is the giver of life to everything on the planet. In this deep moment, let's honor Mother Earth. And since we have this heartbeat, we are always one with Mother Earth through the cycles of her creation. We honor the creepy crawlers, those little bugs. We honor the fish and the waters. We honor the birds whose chirp so sweetly honoring the first rays of light. We honor the four-leggeds, our precious companions, our dogs and our cats. And most importantly, we need to honor what the native people call the two-legged. That's us. We don't realize that we are one of this creation. And because we think we're so clever, we have a responsibility to take care of Mother Earth. So we honor all our relations. And with this evening, after this next interlude, Deva will allow us to go deeper, because in this moment of silence, the sun returns, and it's important to vision individually and collectively your vision. Aho to all our relations. Matakuyasan.
Gathering here, we will be chanting to the goddess Tara, and she brings in the energies of compassion, protection, liberation. So if you would like to join us, please do. Love to hear your voices. Divine Mother, compassionate one. Om Tare, we call to you, we call to you, Divine Mother, O merciful one. Om Tare, we bow to you, we bow to you. Om Tare, we call to you, we call to you. Om Tare, we bow to you, we bow to you. Om Tare, tu Tare, tu re sohan. Om Tare, Om Tare, Om Tare, tu Tare, tu re sohan. Om Tare, Om Tare, tu Tare, tu re soha. 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 Om Tare, Om Tare, Om Tare, tu Tare, tu re soha. Om Tare, Om Tare, Om Tare, tu Tare, tu re soha. 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 Om Tare, tu Tare, tu re Ture soha om tare tu tare. Ture soha om tare tu tare. Ture soha om. Blessings on the solstice eve.
Greetings. So grateful to be here. So grateful for everyone who's here for this winter solstice time and for the age of Aquarius to finally be here. So to help us bring in this new age, it is imperative that each one of us also has a vision for who we are in this time and how to move forward, at least to the best of our abilities. So I'm going to do a brief guided visioning. We're here for ourselves. We're here to have our own inner reflection, our own awareness, that we may have that awareness and also be able to share our gifts with others. So in this visioning, we're going to be helping discover our gifts for 2021 and beyond. So first we're going to do 3 deep breaths and 3 ohms. And then we will start our visioning. Make sure you're sitting comfortably. If you can evenly distribute your weight, that's nice because then you're aligned with your higher self. You can envision that light going through your spine that we were talking about earlier. I think Mark McNett was seeing. Going to the center of the earth, going up to the cosmos, and seeing that we are that center point in between heaven and earth. So first 3 deep breaths, all the way into your tummy. And on the last out breath, you can do an ah into your heart chakra space. And now we're going to do 3 ohms. Deep breath in. As we are united in this space that goes beyond space and time. We enter into a vibrational field that transcends our surface mind, that brings us into an inner awareness of our true self, of who we really are beneath the surface strifes and appearances of circumstances and conditions. And as we find ourselves in this inner space of peace, we also find ourselves in a meadow, beautiful green meadow with flowers, a warm breeze, and bare feet. We see a path in front of us, and we decide to explore. We step forward on the path. As we walk through the meadow, we notice our surroundings. We see flowers, birds, and we notice a cloud. We pay attention to what we see, the color, the shape, any sounds, feelings, words. We let it come and we let it go. As we head towards the edge of the meadow, we approach a forest. And as we get to the edge of the forest, we see there is a guide waiting for us. Our guide has a message. We are taken into safety as we traverse the path through the forest with our guide. And as we walk down the pathway through the forest, we can see the forest and the trees. We are clear, we are concise, and we are aware. As we continue to the forest, through the forest, we see out of the corner of our eye a glimmer, a shimmer. And as we get closer, we see in front of us is a glorious ocean. We step onto the sand, feel the warmth beneath our toes, between our toes. We give great gratitude for this moment, here and now. We see a bird. This is our messenger as well. And we glance to our right and notice a crystalline cave. We are drawn to the cave, where we go inside and sit down, ready to receive some answers. We wiggle our toes into the sand again, get comfortable, and ask the following questions. Coming into 2021 and beyond. What does my path look like? What does it feel like? Who is with me on this path? Who is it that I am being called to be? What is it that I am being called to do? What are the gifts that I have to share, to give, to distribute amongst the world, that I may be a gift of greater change in this world? As we come into 2021, we are coming into a 5-year, which represents change and action. So, through this understanding, what is the overarching theme of the purpose for me and my tribe, my people? In order for me to fulfill this purpose and my place in the puzzle, the tapestry, what do I need to release? What do I need to let go of? And what do I need to embrace? What do I need to gather or collect, understand, consecrate, allow? Is there anything else that I need to know at this time to help facilitate this awareness, discovery, awakening, and stepping forward into action into 2021 and beyond? I give great gratitude for this awareness, for this insight, for these gifts, for my cohorts, the gift of possibility, the gift of potentiality, the gift of fulfilling my purpose this coming year for the betterment of all. I am so grateful. I give great gratitude. I get up in the cave, give thanks to the sacred crystals, the rock people. I'd step outside, back onto the sand and the beach. Give great gratitude to the ocean, the waves, the tides. And as I step back towards the forest, I take one last look, the shimmering hope of the future 2021 has to bring us, and we have to bring it. As I walk back on the path through the forest, my guide smiles and laughs, a chuckle, and may have another message or gift for me. I am open and I receive with open arms, open heart, open mind. And as I reach to the edge of the forest, I am back in the meadow, walking through the grass, my toes feeling the warmth, my hair feeling the breeze. I give great gratitude for this experience and for the opportunity to be of service with all my heart and soul. As I get back to the position where I started, I give great gratitude to all the guides that gave me messages, hope, light, and I know that they are always but a breath away. And when you're ready, you can slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. To where you are in the room. Open your eyes and get ready for this wonderful new year, entering into the age of Aquarius. Thank you. Satnam.
Yes, there is peace. Underneath the turbulence, there is peace. Underneath these very turbulent times, there's not only peace, but there's also love, and there is also joy. And we are in community. I would like to share a little story that helps me to remember about this peace. About 1.5 years ago, I had only been in Eugene for 1.5 years. I was working on a project, and this very beautiful, giving soul temporarily forgot who he was in the moment and lashed out at me in great anger, and very unexpectedly on my part. It was a misunderstanding. But it triggered something inside me, a pain so deep that besides just tears just pouring out of my eyes at the moment, I went home and I laid in bed and I went into my usual MO when facing these types of situations, and that is I opened the door, walked right up to the arch there, and said, I'm going in. And not only am I going in, but I'm going for the deepest healing possible, for the highest good of all concerned. And so I did. I walked through that doorway, went in, and just full on accepted, welcomed, embraced all the different emotions that were coming up, something that our society does not actually encourage very much. And I sat with these feelings like they were good friends and allowed these feelings of despair, disappointment, hurt, all kinds of different things, loneliness, just kind of take me on a breeze, back a decade, back another decade, and back another decade again to my mid-20s, the darkest period of my life when I was living in San Francisco, very involved in political activism. And it took me back to that moment in time where I was in such deep despair that I was ready to end it all. I share this story at this time because I know there's a lot of people out there feeling isolated, feeling lonely, feeling maybe unloved and uncared for, which was what I was feeling at the time. And it's all perception, of course, but that was my perception at the time. And fortunately, in the middle of the act, a voice came and said, in no uncertain terms, stop. And I credit that to whatever spirit guide was there to assist me in the moment, and I did. And, I just kind of broke down and cried. And that was the beginning of a healing journey that has lasted 30 plus years since then. And I've learned over these past 30 years the importance of not running away, not stuffing down, not hiding from these emotions, but rather to use them as guides. And the thing about it is, at the time, I was also very angry at the world, angry at capitalism, ready for a revolution. And what I learned over the years was that underneath the anger, underneath the resentment, there's always sadness and grief and hurt. But if we can actually face those parts inside, those wounded parts inside, we can bring in this vibration of love, this vibration of peace. We can ask for support. We can ask for how we could connect to a power greater than ourselves and ask for all the support that we would ever need. It will always come. It will always help us heal. And so in doing so, I have found so much more peace, so much more joy. And every year that I live just becomes richer, deeper, and more joyful. And so tonight's theme of birthing peace, I want to say it's not just a pipe dream. It's something we each need to do individually, though we can get the support of community, and that's what Spirit Heart Eugene is all about. But we do need to take responsibility, and when we feel angry at someone, when we feel resentful, when we feel upset because they're not wearing a mask, or they're telling us to wear a mask, or whatever this mask thing is, or you can't eat here without a mask, and how you going to eat with a mask on, whatever, let's just take a moment to step back and look inside. What is that hurt? What is that pain? Where is it coming from? Heal that first, and then come back and say, let's talk, let's work this out. Let's come and see how we could meet each other's needs. I say that because more than ever, we need to grow up. We need to take responsibility for our pain. And there's just this world of healing and a support available to us. We just need to open our hearts. So with that, I'd like to sing a song that was born out of that time where I was triggered 1.5 years ago. And originally it was called, I named it Wounded Healer, thinking of the person who triggered me. And then, just seeing the divinity within everyone changed to Holy Weavers. And then in the last 2 weeks, I renamed it to be Path to Peace. And I'm going to do the shortened version because the long version is way too long. And I'm not a professional singer, and I'm singing this naked. I haven't had time to put it to instrument. Laura DuBois is going to help me, but that's not now. And just going to sing this from the heart. Thank you, Adam. Here we go. Wounded healer, so beautiful your soul. You bring love and light to others in ways you don't fully know. A bit of obsession and discipline helps you feel safe and sane. Take care of the child inside yourself. Are you afraid to go too deep within? And looming deeper inside your heart, a sadness and guilt you're hiding, even from yourself, away from your busy self. Waking healers, so beautiful our souls. We bring love and light to others in ways we don't fully know. Waking healers, the trials of life, no mistake. In darkness we can always find the light. Have hope, have trust and faith, 'cause our compassion and gifts and strengths are ready to be realized. So let's take the time to feel inside. Love can heal the ego's pain, in forgiveness and love, no shame. Holy weavers, the path to peace, just love. Love is what this world needs, and love is who we are. Thank you. Thank you. So we end the verbal part of our program. We're going to have lovely Shanti play her beautiful music. Earlier, it just sounded like angels were singing. I'm so glad that these people came to perform. But I do want to just make a little request. If there's any way you can help give birth to Spirit Heart Eugene, maybe it's in the form of volunteering your services, or maybe it's in the form of helping to put something into the bank account, which right now is at a balance of 0. I've been working 1 year, not being paid. And we really do need help, even just to keep the lights on. We've been keeping the room temperature at 60 degrees. And still the electric bill and water bill is over $500. And just that's the tip of the iceberg. There's so many more repairs we need to make. So is there any way you can sink into your heart and give a little donation? You could find the address of Spirit of Heart Eugene on our website, www.spirithearteugene.com. And I want to just say to all of you who are excited to become a part of Spirit Heart Eugene, or get involved or participate or offer your workshops or classes, whatever, we must be patient. It's going to be a birthing process. This is not the birth period. We're 90% done with the interior fixes. We're 50% done with the exterior fixes. This is a birthing process. This particular solstice is birthing peace. In the spring, we do birthing love. In the summer, birthing joy. And in the fall, birthing community. And in this birthing process, we welcome you to help out in any way you can. Thank you. And there is a candlelight. Do we have time for it? Yes. You do, we do. Okay. So, this is going to be just lighting the candle. And I think maybe Geraldine and maybe you two could light the candles.
Except you're the one who knows what to say.
Except I'm the one who knows what to say. So I will say it. I just feel like I can't speak and do this all at the same time. I'm not the best multitasker. But we did want to light candles, and actually, thank you, Diva, for encouraging us to stick with the plan, because we got to bring the light. And there must be somebody who's better at this than I.
I have this too.
Oh, thank you. In any case, 3 candles. The first candle is really sending light, love and light to all those who are right now suffering for any reason at all. Just sending love and light to those having a very difficult time right now, along with those who may have transitioned to the other side, which, I'm sure they're in good hands. The second candle, to all of the creatures in the universe, to Mother Nature, to our relationship with her and our relationship to each other. And the third candle really is for all of us, for our individual birthing of peace, for our individual burning of the fire of love. Thank you.
What a beautiful evening. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Reverend Jasmine. When I met you at Stargate, I fell in love with you in August. That's where we all met. So, because we do really need a balance between the masculine and the feminine, I'm going to be invoking the Mother of the Universe and sharing different names of the Mother of the Universe. It's a Hindu chant, and it's a traditional chant that we start out traditionally, but I always start an invocation, improvised invocation, and then when Samantha is singing the response, please join her to do the response. And I'm really glad to have Priyo play with me again. Thank you very much. And if you like, I would like to invite you to visualize the golden light of the Mother. As we know, Kali, we're in Kali Yuga. Kali is normally seen as the dark mother. But Kali also has a very sweet side, and that is the golden side of Kali. And if you are into Mother Mary, please visualize Mother Mary. Whatever aspect of the Mother you would like to visualize, I invite you to do that, and maybe visualize her above you, and in her cupped hands she is pouring this golden light down into you. First your head, fill your head with the golden light, and then your throat, and then your chest, and your belly, and go into your legs, and way down into the toes. And then when you're at the toes, just allow the golden light to just cocoon up. So you're in a cocoon of golden light. So in Sanskrit, the name of the Mother of the Universe is Jagadambe. And in the song we say that she, in the form of Durga, she dissolves pain. And in the form of Kali, she is the ruler of time and dissolves time. And then we're singing various names of the Mother. And then to make things a little bit simpler, I'll just go into Jai Ma, which means victory to the Mother. Jayambe, Jagatambe, Mata Bhavani, Jayambe, Jayambe, Jagadambe, Jayambe, 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 Jagadambe, Jayambe, Jagadambe, Mata Bhavani, Jayambe,
Jayambe, Jagadambe, Mata Bhavani, Jayambe.
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 Dukkha Vinashini Durga, Jai Jaya, Kala Vinashini Kali, Jai Jai.
Dukkha Vinashini Durga, Jai Jai, Kala Vinashini Kali, Jai Jai.
Umarama Brahmani, Jai Jai, Radha Rukmini Sita, Jai Jai.
Umarama Brahmani, Jai Jai, Radha Rukmini Sita, Jai Jai.
Jayambe, Jagadambe, Mata Bhavani, Jayambe.
Jayambe, Jagadambe, Mata Bhavani, Jayambe.
Jayambe, Jagadambe, Mata Bhavani, Thank you. Jema, Jema, Jema. Thank you all. Thank you. Namaste. You don't want to say another few words? No. Jasmine? Okay. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Oh,
Sorry.
thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, all the presenters and performers. Please join us here at Spirit Heart Eugene. Jonathan, can you just hold on for a second? Jonathan, we're still live. Yeah. I just want to say that one thing we will be starting, I believe, at the end of January or beginning of February, is these small healing light circles, and of 2 to 8 people in this sanctuary room, which is about 1,200 square feet. And people will be required to wear masks and sign up for it in advance to participate. But it will be prayer, meditation, sound healing, and sharing. So if you're feeling a need for that sort of support, we will be offering it. I don't know how often, it just depends on the demand. And there'll be other things too, I just don't know what. But as everything has been happening here at Spirit Heart Eugene, it's just all organically happens in a very magical way. So if you want to be part of that magic, I suggest you go on the website and get on the email list. The email list, and we'll have to sign up for MailChimp now and find a way to keep in touch. So please do keep in touch. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you.